Hey guys, welcome to another DeltaMath tutorial. Today, we're going to be taking a look at adding and subtracting binomials. Let's see what this question is asking us. It says, find an expression which represents the difference when 10x plus 6y is subtracted from 6x minus 8y in simplest terms. Okay, so there's a couple things going on here. First off, we're going to be subtracting these two binomials. Each of those things in parentheses is a binomial, right? But it's kind of like a word problem. We kind of have to set this up ourselves because it's not just outright telling us this minus this. So there's an important little bit of terminology here. Is subtracted from. So this is telling us that the first thing listed, the 10x plus 6y here, is being subtracted from or being taken away from 6x minus 8y. AKA, we need to think of that as what is being minused in the problem, maybe, if that's the way you like to think about it. So really, this is saying 6x minus 8y, and I'm going to keep these in parentheses because it's kind of easier that way, I think, minus 10x plus 6y. Now let me get that in parentheses there too. So anytime we're subtracting binomials, something important comes up, and that is distributing a negative. Now, if you're unsure about the specifics of that process or want to learn more about it, I do have a separate video on it you can check out. But long story short, what we do is we take this negative right here, and it gets distributed or multiplied into the binomial or polynomial or whatever may be after it. So negative times 10x is, well, negative 10x. And then negative times 6y is negative 6y. Now, what we've done by distributing this negative is allowed ourselves to take away those parentheses because it's no longer really important for us to think of these binomials as separate entities anymore because we were able to distribute that negative. At this point, we can really just combine like terms. Yet again, if you're unsure about the specifics of combining like terms, I do have another video on that you can check out. But we have a lot of variable terms here. And the variable terms with like variables can combine. Hence, this 6x and negative 10y both have an x. So they can get put together. So let's do that. 6x minus 10y. And the specific reason that I am subtracting these is because the 10 is negative. So that's where the minus sign is coming from there. 6 minus 10 is negative 4. And then when adding and subtracting variable terms, the variable doesn't change, right? So there's one part of our answer. Let's take a look at the y terms now. The y terms are negative 8y and negative 6y. So negative 8y minus 6y equals what? Yet again, that minus sign in between them is coming from the negative 6. Just to be clear about that, it's not necessarily coming from the problem because we already distributed that negative. We already dealt with it, right? So the negative or the subtraction happening now is due to the fact that the 6 is negative. Okay, so negative 8 minus 6 is negative 14, and then the y's don't change. I am realizing I accidentally left an x or wrote a y on my x terms there. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean to mix our variables up. All the numbers were correct. But what we end up with here, though, is that negative 4x minus 14y. And that's our answer. Now, we could write those in either order. I know that's a question that I commonly get is, does it matter which one we write first? Well, as long as both of them keep their signs, in the sense, both of them are written as a negative because they were negative when we combined our like terms, it's all good. So let's go ahead and type that out. Now, while I'm typing in our answer here, I do want to remind you guys to please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot. And If you have any questions about what we're doing in the video today, drop them down in the comments below. I'll be happy to help out. All right, let's submit, and hey, we got it right. Perfect. So you can see that they actually did the same thing as us here. There's that negative sign right there, and they distribute it into the 10x plus 6y that are still in parentheses. After they did that distributing, they dropped those parentheses down, right? Okay, guys, like I said before, if you have any questions about this, let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in some future DeltaMath tutorials.